We have an amazing lineup for our very first episode. Troy Patterson's in the house. Give him a round of applause. Rupert's in the house. Mark Childs, Devin Berdaney, Nick Thielen, Peter Bubba Smith. And I will be your host. My name is Stephanie Foley. Thanks for coming on out. We have a party happening here tonight. I can see you guys are all ready to have fun. You're not too tired from the weekend? No? Anybody do anything cool this weekend? Nothing? Wow, that's what you're giving me. First episode. What'd you guys do this weekend? Let's have a good show. I went to Vernon. Score, dude. I partied a little harder than you did. I really did. You know what I did this weekend? I had my daughter's 4th birthday. Yeah, I have a 4-year-old. How scary is that, right? Yeah, hey, we front row. That is scary. We've never even met. Oh, you had 2 girls, so you know where I'm going with this. How old are your kids? 26 and 24. That's a lot different than 4. Do you remember when they were young? Absolutely. All right. What was birthdays like? Were they crazy? Birth month, you had everybody all back to back. So you had a specific month that you were very fertile, is what you're telling everybody here. And then 9 months later, boom, baby's born. There we go. Well, that was nice. That's good. You know, it surprised me. It really did. It blew my mind this weekend because we had invited 6 kids from her class. She's in preschool. 6 kids. And she got 32 presents. Right? Thank you for having that reaction. That was mine. Everybody showed up. I'm like, is this a new thing? Does anybody have young kids in the audience here? I could not get over this. This is what they do. They each one got a gift bag. And not one gift went in it. 6 individually wrapped presents were in the bags. This blew my mind. And they weren't like dollar store things either, which is what I usually shop for when I get invited to a birthday party, right? I go to the dollar store, I get them a keychain. Done. Score. No, they were major, expensive gifts. And it got me thinking, good Lord, man. Kids' toys nowadays, this is getting out of hand. Like some of the stuff my daughter got, and we were talking with some of the other moms, and they've got 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and they're saying this is how it goes. Like these kids nowadays, they have these Xboxes and graphic designer computer programs and cell phones that take pictures. And kids nowadays actually have enough nerve to turn around and say, I'm bored. We had Atari and Etch-a-Sketch, right? And as far as cell phones went, we got walkie-talkies. And half the time, them stupid things didn't work unless you were standing right next to the person. You remember that? It was like, psh, can you hear me? Yep. It's scary, man. And these gifts that they're getting, it's making kids grow up too fast. Did you notice that? Anybody in here have like a baby, a bun in the oven? Anybody pregnant? Just Anthony? Okay, good. Score, buddy. Thanks for chiming in there. Just the gentleman in the corner with the biggest beard. Good call. He's with child. Are you? She's gonna be super pregnant? She is super pregnant. Are you? How's that going for you? Yeah? Yeah? The second I got pregnant, it immediately costed me $40,000. Because we had a 2-door Sunfire, and a car seat doesn't fit into a 2-door Sunfire. Right? So we had to go out and get one of them big old SUVs with tinted windows and airbags and stuff because, you know, with DVD players and all the, you know, best of the best because God forbid a young child get a little uncomfortable on a long trip. This confused me because I remember when I was a child, you know what I got on a long trip? My mom's big ring upside my head if I didn't shut up in the back seat, right? We never got no DVD players and all that garbage. You know what we got? We got a pillow and a blanket and permission to lay in the back window and talk to a cloud for 4.5 hours. That's what we got. Kids are getting away with way too much. You hear on the news, toddler falls out a 4-story balcony and lives. It's a miracle. It's an act of God. Everybody runs to her attention. You having a boy or a girl, hon? You having a baby girl? Did you do one of those, like, reveal cakes? No, you didn't? My husband and I, we did one of those. But we did it a little bit different. Instead of having, like, pink or blue in the middle of the cake, we had a bride and a groom on the top of it. I'm a classy lady. That's how I roll, I tell you. Has it hit you yet? Is this your first child? It is? Has it hit you that? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a mom. Yes and no. You know when it hit me? When the birth certificate came in the mail. It hit both my husband and I that day. My husband, I'll never forget, he grabs it and he's staring at it with this deer in the headlight look. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm listed as the father on the birth certificate. I'm such a grown-up. And I looked at it with the same look in my eye saying, oh my God, I can't believe I knew who to list as the father on a birth certificate. I'm such a grown-up. Thank you. You guys, we have an amazing show lined up for you guys tonight. We have a lot of comics in the room, so we're just going to bring them out one by one. Your first comic is becoming one of my favorites. I've been taking him on the road. He just filmed his first DVD special right here on this stage. Please welcome to the stage, Troy Patterson.
All right, who here has, that's not the joke. Okay. So, oh yeah, it is the joke. Who here has 2 thumbs, or should I say used to have 2 thumbs? This guy. I was fishing with my dad when I was a kid, and he said we were fishing for pike. And on those fish, the fin has little spikes, and it's got poison in it. You shouldn't grab the fin. And I was a kid, and I grabbed the fin. And sure enough, my hand started to burn. My dad said I had to go over to the sink and rinse my hand, but I had to use a low rinse. And I thought, low rinse, fish burn? Okay, so 3 men, all named Greg, get in a car accident. They all died. To save some money, they were all buried at the same time. And that funeral was a disaster. It was a gong show. They should have never put all their Gregs in one casket. I went for ice cream with my friend Hagen. I don't like ice cream, but Hagen does. I have this naughty desire to look up my own nose. I best keep an eye out for that. Nothing, okay. That reminds me, one day I'm gonna make a snot pie from scratch. Well, I'm not gonna eat it all. I'm very picky. Did you hear over in China, they're getting surgery to look more American? Did you guys hear that story? Yeah. Yeah, that story was a real eye-opener for me. Okay. All right, I'm getting the light, so I'll say to you guys what I said to the guy who stole my spice rack. That's my time.
Life is unpredictable, so we hope you'll make some room for some lighthearted fun. Medicine Hat Homegrown Gigglers will be back right after this.
Good evening, everybody. How is everyone? Well, that is a great enthusiastic response. I'm glad. There have been a number of less than good shows, and they were mostly mine. So I'll keep this short and hopefully get you guys some laughs in here. Like Steph said, I'm Rupert. I started emceeing. A lot of people ask me, Rupert? That's kind of a weird name. Like, where'd you get that? It's not one my parents gave me. They don't hate me that much. In fact, they asked me to not use the last name at all while I'm doing my comedy, so I figured I'd just drop the last name, and why not just go with Rupert? I have a couple of things I enjoy, and one of them happens to be swearing, so I'm having a little difficulty with this show, but we're going to suffer through. My other big one is science. I love science. I love everything about science. One of my favorite things about science is, it's great. It gives you all the answers to things. You've got all of that firm conviction of belief and religion, none of the commitment. Something comes along and it changes, throw it out the window, we'll go believe something else. Happens all the time. My favorite one, well, one that I personally enjoy was, I was taught, and I paid $800 in my college physics class, that this thing called vacuum energy was Einstein's greatest blunder. Einstein, the smartest man in the world, all that crazy hair and whatnot, was because he couldn't figure out why the universe has like just this balance and what this. Eventually he invented a number and said, this is why. For years we were taught that this was, the way things are. Until lo and behold, 5 years ago, after I had graduated college, that's wrong. We just change, we just go. And that personally, I love that about science, and the fact that we can look at something, say, okay, well, maybe that's wrong, and then this is wrong, and then move on to something else. Not like, one of my problems with religion is that you have to believe it. You can't change that. If, you go along and you believe that, God is good, and these are the big ones, and I agree with a lot of them. God is good, morals are good, but, then there's some of these weird ones where we want you to give all your money to God. But I like my money. Why do I have to give my money to God? Doesn't God know, doesn't he have that himself? Did you ever go into the middle of a set and realize where you heard a joke from? Going on to that, because I do have another one that I wanted to reference. One of my heroes gave me this way back in life. George Carlin, late and great, one of the best comics out there. Talks about men being stupid and women are crazy. I don't know if you've had to deal with men or women in your life, but I think those are the two most important things to remember. Now he says it's because women are crazy because men are stupid to them. I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong, and like I said, I like science, so I've looked into this evolutionary speaking. It makes sense to have guys that are a little stupid, guys that are willing to risk things, guys that look at cliffs and say, bet you I could chase a buffalo off that. It pays to get that. You get interesting things that might not happen because occasionally things work out. And then the guy that does it is the smartest or strongest. But it is absolutely crazy to think that guy who's chasing a buffalo off of a cliff is going to make a stable life partner. And that's why I think men are stupid and women are crazy. I'm getting the light, so we're going to move this along. Thank you guys for the wonderful evening, and we'll get your MC back up here.
like I said, I'm having a blast with this whole comedy gig. I've been a comic for about 15 years now. And, but before I was a comic, I love telling this story. I got a little story for you guys. I love telling it here because this actually happened in Medicine Hat, and a lot of you guys can follow along with where I'm going here. Before I was working as a comic, I was working at the IDA in Crescent Heights. Do you guys know where I'm at? Yeah. I was 25 years old. I'm working at IDA. I was walking to work one morning, minding my own business. Okay? And I stopped at the corner to cross the street. Well, didn't the school bus stop to pick me up? So the playful side of me is like, hey, wait a minute. McCoy is like a block away, right? Like, I'm going to catch me a ride to work. So I got on the bus. I get on, I'm like, I turn around, he closed the door, I turned around, it was elementary. Took me all the way up to Mother Teresa. It was good. All day at work, they'd be like, every time it was break time, they'd yell, Steph, recess!
Hi, I'm Devin. You're watching Mad Hatter's Homegrown Gigglers. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, how's it going? That's better. From out there, I thought you were all deaf. So I really love Facebook's app, On This Day app. You guys ever use it? Yeah. Brings back a lot of stupid memories. But my personal favorite was Halloween a couple of years ago, where I dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow, and a house party we went to got raided by the police. So I'm going, oh crap, I can't get caught. So I kick out the window, police storm into the bathroom going, put your hands up. I look at them, I'm already halfway out the window going, you'll always remember this day as the day almost caught Captain Jack. Jumped out the window, down the alley I went, till the dog caught me. Yeah, that's when I realized, don't outrun dogs, you just go to jail tired. Yeah, but also, on Facebook, I saw this one post that just blew my mind about The Lion King. Now, in The Lion King, Simba sings a song called Oh, I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Well, his Uncle Scar speeds up the process, and he never says thank you. What a jerk Simba was. Yeah, but also, it also reminded me of another story because a friend posted this one clip from her On This Day event. I will never invite Devin Burdaney to another dinner party. So I thought I'd share that story with everybody. So this is about 6 years ago. It's a bit of a high school reunion. I'm the only one there who doesn't have a kid. So we're having dinner, then the moms go, hey Devin, why don't you take the kids downstairs to put on a movie? All right, what should I put on? Well, how about something Christian themed? Okay. So I go downstairs, put the movie on, go back upstairs for cocktails. 45 minutes later, the kids are screaming murder. They're crying. The moms run downstairs, takes them 10 minutes to calm down. They come upstairs. You ever gotten the look from a woman when you really messed up? Oh, come on, there's gotta be somebody here who's had the look. Thank you. They're looking at me like, going, what? Why'd you pick that movie? That's not what we said. Since when's The Exorcist not Christian themed? Just saying. Yeah, in fact, I thought I did those kids a favor. You know, get the scary stuff out of the way first. They're going, well, what if my child needs therapy after this? The only thing that movie did to me is I couldn't eat pea soup ever again.
Yeah, they were telling me I have like 3 minutes up here, which pretty much means you guys get like a minute of material and then you guys can watch me get off stage for like 2 minutes. I'm kind of new to comedy though, but it's not because I was in school or because I've been working a lot. I actually used to be in a wheelchair, so I guess you could say the phrase stand-up comedy kind of threw me off a bit. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wheelchair comedy. This kid's on a roll. But I've been doing a lot of online dating recently, and the part I love about online dating is you see a lot of those profiles that say things like, I like long walks on the beach
and I like hot yoga. And I'm just a realist. Like, I love those things too, but my long walks are probably just you watching me go from the TV to the couch to grab the remote and back. I met a lot of awesome people online dating. Actually met my ex online, and that didn't work out, which sucks. I've been trying to figure out why, but I think I finally found it. I think she was just looking for something more stable. And it still burns. But, you know, I actually met the girl that I'm seeing now online as well, and that's been going great because we never fight. And that kind of scares me, you know, fighting, because I'm worried that if we did fight, she might take me to court. And that sucks because I'm really bad at tennis. I've been playing a lot of wheelchair basketball recently. So far, I've shattered 3 backboards and a hip. I also found out recently that I'm bad at skiing. I'm really bad at it. What happens is I get up on the chairlift, I get all the way to the top, and I just found it goes downhill from there. Yeah, but because I'm kind of new to comedy, I've been trying to differentiate myself from other people doing comedy. So I want to do that. I want to get a Kickstarter going. And I want to do like a 20-minute stand-up special where I tell all my jokes standing on top of a stool. And if you guys are worried and you might call the labor board, don't be, because I have a tentative title for it already. It's called The First 5 Minutes Was Funny. Yeah, and then he dropped the mic. And we spent the rest of the time watching him try to get down. You know, and a lot of people have been giving me advice on stage. They've been saying I should do things like work on my pacing. So here you guys go. That's my time, Medicine Hat. Have a good night.
Hi, I'm Nick. Thanks for watching Medicine Hat's Homegrown Gigglers. It's a hole-in-one.
Good evening, folks. You're a beautiful crowd. Specialist table right up front here. How's everyone doing tonight? Awesome. Beautiful. Who here likes racing sports? Anyone? Yeah. Awesome. I watch a racing show quite frequently, and it gets boring after a while, you know, seeing them drive around and around and around and around and around and around. Would make it even more fun if you start half the cars on one side of the track, half the cars on the other side of the track, facing each other. Yeah. I think that would be fun, seeing, you know, half the cars crash into the other half. Be kind of fun. Speaking of cars, I've noticed a few of them out in the parking lot earlier, which they kind of go with a certain look. And I noticed a few people in the crowd have the certain look. I will describe them to you. Maybe you know some people like that in your personal life. They have the perfectly coiffed beard. They have the makeshift wannabe flannel shirts for like $285. And skinny jeans, where you can tell what breed they are. Steel-toed boots that have no scuffs on them. And glasses. And they probably drive pavement princesses, which would be the nice big jacked up F-350s with tires that are built kind of like me. You know, meaty around the middle and, you know, nothing anywhere else. And my friend's Dodge Omni has probably seen more off-road time in this truck. Who knows people like that? Anyone? Awesome. It's crazy. And I asked this one guy how many times he took his truck off-road. Never. I'm afraid of breaking parts. Yeah, you spend $20,000 to jack your truck up. You're afraid to break parts. Exactly my thoughts. Yes. Do you guys like impressions at all? Here's my impression of, I won't say names, but he was a governor of a state down in the States. This would be him as a doctor. It's not a tumor. Yes, maybe. How about a tour guide in the tiger thing at the zoo? It's not a puma. Yes. Or as a personal trainer, put that cookie down. Yes. Or as a tour guide, get the chopper. Yeah, a couple people have. That's good. Or as a bouncer, he'd probably look at you, Dave, and say, get out! Get out now!
Give it up, give it up, give it up! We gotta show you guys! There it was! Give it up for all your comics! Troy Patterson! Rupert, Mark Childs, Devin Berdini, Nick Thielen. My name is Stephanie Foley. Thank you so much to Shaw TV for coming on out, and Whiskey Creek for giving us a hug.